Hello guys, welcome back. My name's Nathan and today we're starting up a new series on the channel called This Week in the NHL. For today's episode we're going to be discussing the first week of the NHL action and all the chaos that happened this week. Now this new series, This Week in the NHL, will go every single week throughout the NHL season, maybe into the playoffs if you guys do enjoy it. I want to see some support for this. I'm super excited for this series as well. This is something that's been a long time in the making, so I'm hoping you guys enjoy it too. But this first week in the NHL has been, again, all that it's lived up to be. It's been literal chaos on skates, and the standings really do reflect that right now. But this week in the NHL is finally here. Grab some popcorn, get some soda, whatever you need to do. Pizza is also a good option too. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, whenever you need to do, make sure you do it, because it's going down. Now each week in this series we'll be going through all 4 divisions, going from the first place team to the last place team in each division. We're going to start out with the Atlantic and work our way in the Pacific Division. And first we have the Buffalo Sabres, who somehow, someway have started out the way they have. Last year we saw them go on a 10-game winning streak, but so far in 4 games they are 3-0-1. Not bad for the Buffalo Sabres, especially how they played in the past. How are the Detroit Red Wings 3-1? Am I looking at this right? I think I am. The Detroit Red Wings are 2nd in the Atlantic Division. What world are we living in? Now, I don't know what alternate dimension we're living in where the Detroit Red Wings are 3-1, but hey, it's been fun so far, honestly. They've been a super fascinating team to watch with, bro, that amazing first line of Bertuzzi, Mantha, and Larkin. They've been absolutely dominant, and the offense has been pretty good. It's been surprising how good they have been. They haven't been amazing or anything, but they've been able to get wins so far. And for the Detroit Red Wings, it's about time. Mantha right now sharing a good breakout year, and I'm hoping he does continue that. Now, compared to Buffalo and Detroit, Boston being in the top 3 and having a winning record is no surprise whatsoever. But they've been playing very sturdy hockey, which what I expected is basically the opposite. I thought maybe the defense would take a little bit of a step back, but so far it's been amazing for Boston. There's honestly not that much to report because the Boston Bruins are good again. Yippee. Speaking of interesting teams, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning, who seem to want to be terrible and amazing at the same time. And as a Lightning fan, I don't know what is happening with them. Right now they're sitting at a 2-1-1 record. Time will tell to see how this season goes for Tampa, but they had that amazing victory versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. We saw Steven Stamkos come out and pretty much go against the Tampa Bay Lightning, calling them out. And so far, especially versus Toronto, it seemed to work pretty well for them. Now, speaking of teams that want to be great and terrible at the same time, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs, who right now sit at a 2-2-1 record, losing 3 straight games. Thank you, Kapanen. Now, yes, I think it's a little bit early to overreact, but the Toronto Maple Leafs are not a great hockey team right now. They haven't played like that since their 2nd game, and it's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. Yes, there's going to be losing streaks, and they've only played 5 games right now. But their main objective this season is to get out of the freaking first round, and right now it's not looking too good. Now, speaking of not looking too good, we have the Montreal Canadiens, who are playing hockey. They definitely are playing hockey. At a 1-1-2 record, I am 100% sure the Montreal Canadiens are definitely playing NHL games. I'm not sure about the rest of it, but I am sure of that. Oh, and also, the second thing we know about the Montreal Canadiens is that defense is absolutely horrendous. They've allowed the 4th most goals in the NHL so far, and that side of things isn't looking good. The offense has been fantastic. Max Domi is still an absolute beast, but when you have the coach in Claude Julien playing Mike Riley and Folin over Kulak and Fleury, you're not giving me too much hope, man. Now we have the Florida Panthers, who basically played 0 NHL games, but also played 3 games at the same time. 2 games versus the Tampa Bay Lightning and 1 game versus the Carolina Hurricanes. That game wasn't exactly too great for them. They're sitting at a 1-2-0 record. Yes, it is too early to overreact. I know that 100%. We cannot judge anything on the first few games. Of course not. But, yeah, Florida isn't looking all that great. Carolina is a great team, but they just kind of got stomped versus Carolina. And it wasn't exactly close either. Now, speaking of stomped, I'm not really surprised by this, but the Ottawa Senators are without a win? Whoa. You're telling me that the Ottawa Senators have not won an NHL game? Bro, this is mind-blowing. I can't even fathom these facts right now. The Ottawa Senators sit at 0-3-0 to pretty much the surprise of everybody besides Eugene Melnyk. But hey, things are looking up for Ottawa. They traded for Vladislav and Mesnikov for basically pennies on the dollar, which is a fantastic trade for them. They bring in some cap space though, but Mesnikov is a solid player. I think that's a solid trade for Ottawa, and they do win that trade. That's pretty much the only trade they've won the past 5 years, but hey, you gotta count your wins while you can, man. Now getting into the spicy Metropolitan Division. Wait a second, wait, whoa. Do I hear this right? Am I right? Am I right about a team? Alright, folks, okay, we got a rare occasion. The Carolina Hurricanes are off to the 4-0 start, leading the Metro, and so far I just want to say I told you guys. I told you so, because I predicted the Hurricanes to win the Metro. Yes, there are 78 games to go, and I know that. But just give me this for once, man. I just want to cling on to this, alright? I don't have a lot of predictions right. Just give me this. Now, the Washington Capitals are off to a 2-1-2 start. They've lost 3 straight games, and they've played about as good as you can for losing 3 straight games, too. It's been a weird week for Washington, but they're still sitting in second in the Metro, which is not bad whatsoever. Alert! Alert! This team I'm about to talk about has only played 2 games, but I'm still going to make an opinion on them because I still think my opinion is valid, alright? And I need my confidence booster of the week. Alright, so getting into the New York Rangers, just putting that disclaimer aside, they've played 2 games and will basically play 6 games total in October. It's kind of insane their schedule, but they've only played 2 games so far somehow. They won versus Winnipeg 6-4, and they won versus the Ottawa Senators 4-1. I've already discussed this like multiple times because they played like 2 games in this whole season, and it's kind of weird, but they're a good hockey team right now. The offense is absolutely insane, and surprisingly, Mika Zibanejad is actually a pretty good player. I know, it's crazy, but it's true. Alert! Alert! We have another team that has only played 2 games in the season, but I need to make my opinion on them because I need my confidence boost of the week. Alright, now with that over the way, we got the Flyers, who are sitting at 2 wins, 0 losses on the season. And they look pretty good. I would say they look pretty good this season. Carter Hart has been amazing so far. He made that incredible save on Taylor Hall versus the Devils. Yes, they've only played 2 games, but I think Carter Hart is pretty good. Just a bit. Wait, whoa. Are you guys seeing this? The Penguins might actually miss the playoffs. Malkin had that injury? Wait, whoa. Yeah. Dude. The Penguins might miss the freaking playoffs. I know, it's crazy. I predicted them to make the miss playoffs. I didn't think it was going to happen, but no, it's actually happening, dude. It's actually happening. Oh, you mean Crosby's going to make them be a playoff contender again, and they're going to win another Stanley Cup? Sounds about right. Alright, hi, 911. I would like to report a murder on my premises. Yeah, just in my backyard. It's weird. There's like 20 different, what looks to be hockey players in my backyard. I'm not sure what this is. I did find a note though. It's weird. It says I love James Neal. It's signed by somebody named Connor McDavid. I don't know who that is, but this James Neal fella, he seems pretty nice. But these hockey players are like, they have like blue jerseys with some like orange on them. I'm not sure who killed them. It might have been James Neal, but you might want to report that. I can't do anything for you. They're just sitting in my backyard. They're just kind of dead. But This Connor McDavid fellow actually has pretty good handwriting, I must say. Dear our French Lord Alexander Texier, we do pray in this the hour that you give us some more goals, you give us a Calder trophy, and you give us hope. Alexander, our Lord, please give us mercy, give us pride, give us goal scoring, because it is much needed in this hour. We are desperate. We need your Frenchness now today, or else we shall suffer and die and probably pick Alexis Lafreniere first overall. That would be pretty nice, but yeah, a Calder trophy wouldn't hurt either. Okay, so I expect the New Jersey Devils to not be a playoff team, but what is this? What is this? What? I don't know. I don't know what this is. This is the New Jersey Devils, who can't win a game because they are the New Jersey Devils. They are worse than last season, where they won the first overall pick. I mean, as a Dallas Stars fan, I can attest to being the off-season champions, but holy freaking crap, man. Now, in the least surprising news ever, we're going to the Western Conference now and on to the St. Louis Blues, who are leading the Central Division with 3 wins, 1 overtime loss, and 7 points. And Jordan Binnington apparently decided to be a god once again this season. Because, of course. Now, in maybe one of the least surprising starts of the season, we have the Colorado Avalanche, who have won 3 games in 3 games played. And it's kind of scary because I thought the Colorado Avalanche would be good, but not this good. And some of the goaltending is good, and the offense is amazing. They haven't scored less than 4 goals, and now I'm scared as a Dallas Stars fan that we will lose in the playoffs once again. Probably to St. Louis, but I don't even care because Colorado will probably get the first spot in the Central, then St. Louis gets second, then Dallas will somehow find a way to get third in the Central, and then we'll lose versus St. Louis in Game 7 in St. Louis because we can't have good things. And anyways, on to freaking whatever. Who is next in the standings? Because I Nashville. All right, thank you. Next, please. All right, the Nashville Predators are a good hockey team. Right now, sitting at 3-1. Matt Duchene is a freaking god all of a sudden. Didn't want to be that all in Ottawa. Didn't want to be all that in Columbus, but honestly, it's a welcome surprise. Nashville definitely needed a guy that could produce that elitely at the center position. I like you, Ryan Johansson, but Matt Duchene has been absolutely incredible for Nashville. It'll be good to see them get in a good spot this year. Hopefully, they actually don't lose in the first round, but if they do play Dallas, I guess it just has to be that way. Now, if you exclude the 2 games versus New Jersey and the Islanders, the Winnipeg Jets are actually a pretty good hockey team, surprisingly. I know, it's crazy. They allowed 1 goal versus Pittsburgh, 2 goals versus the Minnesota Wild, which isn't exactly a great accomplishment, but you gotta give credit where credit's due. That defense on paper is absolutely horrendous, and they haven't played excruciatingly bad, which I think is an upgrade over what people expected at this point. I don't know. They are 1-3-1, and I don't know what this hockey team is doing. They lost versus Calgary somehow. I don't know. They had a 2-0 lead. They blew it and lost in a shootout. And now I know how Devils fans feel when their crazy, great team just becomes bad all of a sudden. And I had so many people saying that Dallas Stars are going to win the Stanley Cup. Well, guess what? They're not going to do that. Sorry. They can't score goals, and when they score those goals, they can't keep those goal leads. And Pavelski has been meh. Jamie Benn got a goal versus Calgary, but overall he's been pretty invisible. Radulov has just been okay. Sagan's been alright, I guess. But the team is just not on the same page, and it's pretty evident by the way they played. The puck handling, all the puck passing, everything just about the team, especially offensively, has failed up to this point. If the goaltending doesn't bail us out again, I don't know what will. Now, speaking of not winning games, we have the Chicago Blackhawks, who, yes, alert, have only played 2 games. I gotta put my opinion on them because I want to have my ego boost for the week. Yada, yada, yada. The Chicago Blackhawks have not played all that great. A wacky game versus San Jose, that terrible game versus Philadelphia. I saw quite a few people maybe saying Chicago could be a sleeper to make the playoffs. I didn't necessarily disagree with them, but I had them outside of the playoffs, and I just want to say that prediction's looking pretty good right now. Now, I would say something mean about this team, but I kind of don't want to because I kind of feel bad for them. I don't know what the Minnesota Wild are doing. I don't know why they signed Matt Zuccarello to that deal, and he's basically doing nothing on that team. I don't know what they're trying to do, make the playoffs, and also get Alexi Lafreniere at the same time. This is not a good hockey team. That is what we know right now. It's not surprising I had Minnesota as my last team in the Central, but 0-3, man, and they haven't looked good whatsoever. Not the greatest start for them. Now, I've just been kind of staring at this screen for the past 5 minutes, just making sure it's not a dream. The Oilers are 4-0. James Neal has 7 goals. He's leading the NHL. And I just want to say Milan Lucic is a Calgary Flame. And now I'm depressed, man. Man, I'm just going to send my condolences out there for everyone who didn't have John Gibson as their best NHL goalie, because they're just plain wrong right now. John Gibson has allowed 5 goals in 4 games. Again, 5 goals in 4 games. You want to hear that again? 5 NHL goals in 4 NHL games. He has a .961 save percentage, and you have the guts, the authority to say that he is not the best goalie in the NHL right now. What else does he have to prove, man? He literally has the best stats of all time and the best goals saved above average in like the past quadrillion years. He is the best NHL goalie, and so far this season he is the best NHL goalie, and that is that. Now, going back to these guys, the 2-1-1 Calgary Flames, Milan Lucic is apparently a Calgary Flame, but the rest of the team is still pretty decent. That crazy shootout goal by Johnny Gaudreau is going to be in my mind forever as a Dallas Stars fan, but I'm going to kudos as it's due, because that was fantastic. And also Matthew Tkachuk, which, with his rivalry of Drew Doughty, is basically must-watch TV every single time. Now, when the Vegas Golden Knights are playing the San Jose Sharks, things are going pretty well for them. When they're not playing the San Jose Sharks, it's not fun. It is really not fun. They lost 4-3 versus the Bruins and 4-1 versus the Coyotes, and that is not fun, Vegas. That is not fun. Now, it is early in the season. I just want to stay cool and calm and collected. But oh my gosh, Vegas, what are you doing? What are you doing? The Pacific Division might actually be okay this year, and you're losing 4-1 versus the Coyotes. I think the Coyotes will make the playoffs, man, but you can't go losing 4-1 to them. They haven't scored goals this season. They haven't scored goals, and you just let them score goals, man. Absolutely shameful. Now, speaking of absolutely shameful, the Vancouver Canucks were almost very shameful this week. Earlier this week, we saw the assistant captains announced for the Vancouver Canucks, and one of them was Bo Horvat, and I was losing my absolute mind because they said they would announce their captain right before the home game. But because they announced Bo Horvat as an assistant captain, I thought, oh, okay, they're gonna name freaking Elias Pettersson or something as the captain, Brendan Sutter or something. But the Vancouver Canucks did right, and they named Bo the captain of the Vancouver Canucks, which I must say is the correct decision, the right decision, and I'm thankful they made a smart decision in their lifetime. Jim Benning actually doing something smart and good. That is not very common for them. Now, for the Arizona Coyotes, they've had a super promising season and a super disappointing season all at the same time. They lost 2-1 versus Anaheim, and then lost 1-0 versus the Bruins, scoring no goals. But then they won 4-1 versus Vegas, and all is well. Yes, they've only played 3 games, so not the biggest sample size whatsoever. But Arizona, if they can fix that scoring issue consistently, I think they will still be a playoff team. And I'm freaking hoping, man. I can't keep predicting them to make the playoffs, and I'm just missing all over again. It can't happen again, man. Just please do it for the rest of us. We need to see you make the playoffs for once. Now, on to the LA Kings and the Clown Show, aka Drew Doughty. The Kings right now sitting at 1-2, losing versus Edmonton 6-5, winning against the Calgary Flames 4-3 in overtime, and then getting their absolute butts kicked versus Vancouver Canucks, losing 8-2. And I must say, it's pretty glorious. Now, disclaimer here, because I don't hate the LA Kings, but I'm really starting to get nerved with Drew Doughty. It's not because of his celebrations. I don't really care. Those are fine. Those are fantastic. But the mouth on this man, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? He literally said after he got spanked by the Vancouver Canucks, he said to the equivalent of this, that his team shouldn't lose to a team like the Canucks. And I'm just sitting here like, did you watch your team last year? Did you watch your team this year, Doughty? Dude, you have won 1 game versus Calgary where they basically gave up and lost in overtime, and then you get spanked by Vancouver. Your team is not good, Doughty. Get that for your head, man. And you know what, San Jose? If you want to pack your bags, I'll just do it for you. I got some friggin' sunscreen in here if you want it. I got some socks in here, San Jose. If you want to go ahead and tank and take a vacation to Golfsville, you can just step right in, alright? Yes, you won for Chicago. Great. But now you gotta win 3 more games just to get to 500, alright? Just give it up already. Just give it up already. Wait. Didn't San Jose trade their first-round pick? The San Jose Sharks do not have their first-round pick. It is, in fact, the Ottawa Senators' first-round pick. Okay, San Jose, if you could, like, step out of the bag, you know, I can take back the sunscreen if you want, but you can't lose now, man. You can't lose now. You can't just give the Ottawa Senators what they give to the Colorado Avalanche, but you can't do this. You can't do this to me. You can't, bro. Alexi Lafreniere is going to be so good as an Ottawa Senator, as well as Quinton Byfield, because at this rate, both will be on the friggin' Ottawa Senators. At least we have Erik Karlsson, I guess. But that will be it for today's This Week in the NHL. Let me know if you guys did enjoy this first episode by hitting that like button, leaving a comment down below as well. But I'm trying to experiment as much as I can with this. I think it'll be a great series and will be in the future. Again, this is kind of a pilot episode, if you will. But let me know if you guys want to see more of this, because I think, honestly, it's going to be a lot of fun this season. But of course, with this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below all your thoughts of this week's in the NHL and what your team is doing so far. Share this video also with your friends, anybody who you think might enjoy it. Get the word out there. We're almost to 10K subscribers, boys. Let's get that done. I'm Nathan, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Goodbye.